If you want to cultivate self-discipline, you'd benefit from heeding the words of Marcus Aurelius. He was the ruler of Rome from 161 to 180 AD and is regarded as the last of the 5 good emperors. During his reign, Aurelius managed to compose a series of personal writings, now known as the Meditations. In these works, the Roman emperor provided numerous key insights on how to develop self-discipline. Here are 10 of the most significant insights for self-discipline from the writings of Marcus Aurelius. 1. Self-discipline begins with discovering your purpose. Marcus Aurelius states, "I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain about if I'm going to do what I was born to do, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to cower under the blankets and stay warm?" Marcus Aurelius believed that each of us has a purpose, something we were created for. It is our responsibility to fulfill that purpose because it is the sense of purpose that motivates you to get out of bed each morning. If you have a clear understanding of your objectives and how your task aligns with them, you are much more likely to accomplish it. For instance, say you have a flat tire and need to replace it. Your purpose is clear. Change the tire as swiftly as possible so you can continue on your way. You are going to complete that task, regardless of how exhausted you feel. The greatest source of self-discipline is having a reason to perform the task. If you are unsure of what to do, just begin. If you want to be a writer, write every day. If you aspire to be an artist, draw and create daily. For anything you wish to achieve, you don't need additional motivation, research, or advice. Simply start practicing something that interests you and handle each day as it comes, because it is your purpose that will provide you with internal desire, drive, and motivation, propelling you toward your goal. Self-discipline is about finding compelling reasons to do something and then committing yourself to see that task or activity through to completion. 2. Rely on yourself. According to Marcus Aurelius, you should turn your desire to stone, quench your appetites, keep your mind centered on itself. After you have a clear purpose, it's time to develop a practical action plan to help you achieve your goal. You shouldn't just commit to your goals, but also commit to all the small steps you will take along the way in pursuit of those goals. We must be fully dedicated to doing whatever it takes to get the job done, no matter what obstacles arise. Self-discipline is the ability to get yourself to take action, to do what you need to do, regardless of your physical, mental, or emotional state. Everything you desire in your life, everything you want to have, become, and do, depends on your ability to compel yourself to take the necessary actions to achieve your goals, whether you feel like it or not. You can start by forming an effective action plan that includes a deadline for accomplishing your goal. It must also be built on the foundation of mini milestones that break your goal down into manageable segments. Mini milestones will ensure that you're working toward your desired outcome in small, achievable steps. This approach puts you in control. It gives you a sense of mastery over the tasks and projects you're working on. What you're ultimately trying to avoid is falling into the trap of being overwhelmed. Feeling overwhelmed can quickly lead to procrastination, and procrastination can subsequently result in stagnation. And of course, where there is stagnation, self-discipline cannot exist. 3. Present yourself every day. Marcus Aurelius says, "You must construct your life action by action and be satisfied if each one reaches its goal as far as possible, and no one can prevent you from this." Even after establishing a clear purpose and a practical plan, 95% of us fail to attain our goals. We fail because we lack consistency. We need to show up every day and put in the effort. The simple act of showing up and dedicating yourself to your craft does wonders for mental resilience. You build concentration and come to grips with the challenging process required to achieve anything great. You must invest countless hours of work before you reap any rewards. Self-discipline is essentially the habit of consistency, finding the drive to do something repeatedly until it becomes second nature and you start seeing results. So even if you stumble once, for instance, if you didn't exercise when you knew you should have, this doesn't define your character. Your ability to persevere is what shapes you into a disciplined and resilient person. A bad day doesn't have to become a bad week, and a bad week doesn't have to become a bad year. When you wake up, remember that each new day is a new beginning, and move forward by opening your eyes and focusing on what lies ahead, which is life itself. 4. Embrace voluntary hardship. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, we must train ourselves in minor matters and then proceed to the greater. If you suffer from a headache, practice refraining from cursing. Refrain from cursing every time you have an earache, and I'm not suggesting that you can't express discontent, just refrain from doing so excessively. Voluntary hardship is a method through which we can enhance our self-control. Voluntary hardship involves continually challenging ourselves, and by routinely making aspects of our lives uncomfortable, we are toughening ourselves for when we might need to face genuine adversity. Engaging in voluntary hardship could entail skipping a meal and enduring hunger for a night, taking cold showers, abstaining from smoking, sleeping on the floor, leaving your jacket at home despite cold and rainy weather, or donating half of your clothes to charity. You might opt to go without social media for a few days or stash your smartphone away in a drawer. If done regularly enough, you will come to grasp the sensations of scarcity and hardship and realize that you can cope with both if necessary. 5. Practice the dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius states, "You have control over your mind, not external events. Understand this, and you will find strength." Being upset or disturbed by minor issues is detrimental to discipline. You have a goal, you're making progress, and then thoughts and anxieties about external factors, which are beyond your control, derail you. The best approach in such situations is to apply Epictetus's dichotomy of control. Remind yourself of what you can control and what you cannot. If you accept what is beyond your control and make peace with it, you will achieve tranquility. Next time you find yourself distressed and distracted, consider the following. Do you have a problem in your life? No? Then don't worry. Yes? Can you do something about it? Yes? Then don't worry. No? Then don't worry. 6. Avoid playing the victim. As Marcus Aurelius advises, do your job without whining. Have you ever said any of the following? I was just born this way. I never learned anything different. My parents set a terrible example. Everyone else does it. What are these? These are excuses people use to justify remaining stagnant. Instead of striving for improvement, you need to take responsibility. The why me mindset is an obstacle to mental resilience. You might not be at fault, but your life depends on identifying what you can control and taking charge of those aspects. You must train yourself to interpret situations in this way instead of immediately resorting to self-pity. It's certainly easier to shift the blame onto others when something goes wrong, but only those with a certain level of mental strength can step up, even when it's not their fault, and set things right. Be the person who takes action, not the one who looks away and assigns blame. When you victimize yourself or your circumstances, you surrender control and shirk personal responsibility. And without a sense of ownership, achieving meaningful progress becomes an impossible task. 7. Embrace delayed gratification. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "So you were born to feel nice instead of doing things and experiencing them? Don't you observe the plants, the birds, the ants and spiders and bees attending to their individual tasks, organizing the world as best they can, and you're not willing to do your duty as a human being? Why aren't you eager to fulfill what your nature demands?" Delayed gratification is the ability to wait to achieve what you desire. Imagine attending a company Christmas party where you are confronted with trays of delicious and tempting foods while you're trying to lose weight. If you give in and load your plate with indulgent treats, it might derail your diet, but you'll experience a moment of instant gratification. If you manage to resist and spend the evening eating salad and nibbling on carrot sticks, then you will likely enjoy a greater reward in the future. Losing those extra pounds and fitting into your favorite pair of skinny jeans. This capacity to resist temptation and adhere to our goals is often referred to as self-discipline, and delaying gratification is a core aspect of this behavior. We postpone immediate desires in hopes of attaining something better in the future. 8. Disregard naysayers. Marcus Aurelius advises, when someone blames or hates you or others voice similar criticisms, look deeply into their souls and understand what kind of people they are. You will realize there is no need to be anxious about their opinions of you. Whenever you step outside the norm and declare, even if only to yourself, that you have a unique purpose in life and are determined to achieve it, you will attract naysayers. Naysayers are those who criticize, object to, or oppose something. They delight in saying no. They might care about you, but their fear of progress makes them oppose everything, and their opinions are detrimental to your self-discipline. You must understand that letting the opinions of people you don't know or respect upset you is as foolish as getting upset about the weather. It's a waste of energy. Their opinions do not merit your attention. Do not surrender your peace of mind to outsiders who might disrupt it as they please. Actively seek honest feedback from those you respect. But if someone has a history of being a naysayer, ignore them. 9. Seek out wise role models. Marcus Aurelius says, "It is beneficial to associate with individuals of good character, to model your life on theirs, whether they are living or from the past." Now is the time to look outward for guidance to help bolster your self-discipline. Specifically, let's identify role models. Your role models can be friends, family, or colleagues who have already achieved the goal you are striving for. Ask yourself, who is currently excelling in this area? Who has successfully reached this goal? Who has mastered this habit? Who has made this significant change? Who demonstrates the necessary self-discipline in this domain? What can I learn from this person that will aid me on my journey? Take the time to inquire how these individuals discipline themselves. Ask them how they adhered to specific actions that led to their desired outcomes. Then, utilize their experiences to help you cultivate your own self-discipline along your personal path. 10. Conduct honest daily reviews. Marcus Aurelius states, "These are the attributes of the rational soul: self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. It reaps its own harvest. It achieves its own purpose." One of the most effective ways to enhance discipline is to scrutinize yourself and identify your weaknesses. Be brutally honest and use this opportunity to connect with your subconscious. Consistently practicing evening reflections will enable you to become more self-aware throughout your day, because you'll actively gather information to develop constructive responses to these inquiries. Ask yourself, what did I accomplish well today? Where were my discipline and self-control tested, and where did I succeed? What did I do poorly, and why did it happen? Moreover, how can I improve? Now you have insight into how to enhance your performance tomorrow. But don't be too hard on yourself. Follow Seneca's example and show yourself forgiveness. Practice self-compassion. Research indicates that forgiving yourself rather than being overly critical is what prevents procrastination. And don't just focus on your shortcomings. Consider what you did well so you can replicate it tomorrow. Express gratitude for the positive occurrences of the day. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to explore our Stoicism playlist. And for more content to aid you in achieving success and happiness, remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.